Okay, let's continue. We are going to do some exercises dealing with cube root. It's practically the same. It's just that it changes a little bit with taking into account not this time, in the case of numbers, square numbers, but cube numbers. And when you deal with the letters or variables, we are going to make sure that we cancel a cube root or a multiple of that 3, and we'll see how it goes, okay? So let's begin with 135. Okay, so the thing is, 135 can be the result of the multiplication. Remember, different possibilities, but the one that will work this time will be 27 multiplied by 5. I can split this 2, saying that it's the square root of 27, cube root of 27 times the cube root of 5. And 27 is a cube number. The result of this cube root is 3, but cube root of 5 has to be kept like that because I cannot have, I don't get a whole number. With that in mind, then that's it. We're done with this first simplification. Now, let's take a look at this second example. Number and letter, we can separate them. Cube root of 8 times right here, cube root of x raised to the 4th power. I will also make sure that I break down the x to the 4th power by doing this. I know that x to the 4th power is the result of multiplying x cubed times x, okay? Which, as you can see, I will be able to cancel eventually this right here to get the cube root of x cubed, but this x will kind of stay inside the radical, okay? So I can separate them right away and say this. Here we go, cube root of x, and there's a cube right here, okay? And now we're ready to solve because the cube root of 8, 8 is a cube number and the cube root is 2. Then this x cubed and the cube root cancel each other, but this expression stays like this, and this is a result of simplifying this expression, okay? Now I'm going to erase because I need more space for the last one, and hopefully you'll be able to write down and everything. Eventually, when you see this in the playlist, I made a playlist for the whole thing of chapter 4, both in Spanish and in English, okay? So here we go with this expression. Look at this. We're going to deal with them separately. Now let's begin with the cube root of 343. But this time is negative, so be careful this time, because with cube roots, we cannot say that it's plus or minus. No, it has to be either plus or minus. In this case, since the result is negative, so the cube root of 343. And I'm going to, separate just taking into account the properties that we mentioned before. Oh, sorry. This times the cube root of a to the 8th power over cube root of b cubed, because there is no other way to deal with them in combination, so I do it separately. So the cube root of this number is -7, okay? And I'm done with this. Now, how are we going to deal with this expression? A to the 8th power. We will need to find kind of like, well, you can do it this way. You can say, well, we've got a to the 6th power times 8 squared is one way to rewrite a to the 8th power. And if I got the cube root of each, let me show you something. If you had a cubed times a cubed, we also got a to the 6th power. If you had the cube root of this expression, you would independently get an a and then another a, which would be a squared. Now, you can think of this as if you were doing a division of the exponent by the index of the root, which 6 divided by 3 is 2. Conclusion, this 2 are going to lead to an a squared, but this a squared is going to be kept inside the radical. Hope you don't confuse. This 3 corresponds to the index of the cube root. This 2 corresponds to the exponent of this a. Why is it an a squared? Because I take this and I split it like that. So independently, I get one a and another a that together are squared. Okay? If it doesn't make sense in the next time you watch the video, you stop it, rewind, and watch it again, right? Then here it's easier because you can just cancel this and you are left with this b. Okay? It was a little bit more complex, but if you deal with them one by one, it will be more simple. Okay? So that's it. This is the result of simplifying this expression. Okay? And we're good. Okay? Thank you.